Hello guys, my name's John, I'm the Geeky Fanboy, and welcome back to Game of Thrones Season 8. We're at episode 4 now, the episode after the big battle of Winterfell. As always, I'm going to talk spoiler free for the first couple of minutes, and then I'm going to jump straight into spoilers, but I'll give you a warning beforehand. So, overall thoughts on the episode. I liked it. I thought it was pretty good, though. I expected a bit more to happen. Maybe like we do spend a lot of time in Winterfell in this episode. I thought they were gonna go like jump straight into battle against Cersei and all that. But yeah, we're spending a lot of time again with all the people at Winterfell. We're having some conversations again, some very interesting character moments, and some characters interacting who haven't interacted in a long time, or who are interacting in a different way now. So I thought it was quite nice. We also had some emotional moments again, especially towards the beginning, which I think was okay given what we had in last week's episode. I like how suspenseful this episode was, given all the different character dynamics we have. So I like that they're playing with a lot of tension here, and with all the different kinds of relationships the characters have. They're definitely setting up a lot of things, like betrayal, intrigue, and all that. So I like that there's a lot of tension going on now, but not necessarily the one based on, battle and fighting and all that like we had last week. But this is all about who is against who's staying behind which king or queen or whatever. So I like that they're setting up a lot of questions or expectations where I keep wondering, oh, is this person really going to stick with this other person to the very end, or are they doing some things differently? Some unexpected things happened as well, good and bad. Some of which were quite surprising in the bad way. I thought, how the fuck did that? No, no, how no, that it just didn't work in some places. Also, some character decisions and stuff they did or whatever. Also, again, a bit silly or straight up stupid at some points. Though in the end, I'd say like the good outweighs the bad. I had a lot of fun watching this episode, just because I love watching my favorite characters interact with each other, and I'm a lot more interested in those like political intrigues and finding out who's going against who's figuring out which plans and all that. Like, that's what I love about Game of Thrones, which is also why I'm not too upset about that the big Winterfell battle already happened last week, and now it's all about the Iron Throne and all the characters and their relationships. Like, this is what I'm here for, and I love how much tension there is and how much they're setting up with some developments there, where I'm honestly wondering how the hell is this supposed to end in just 2 episodes. Like, they seriously left me wondering, okay, I'm not quite sure who is going to end up on this throne, or what's going to happen, or if someone's going to betray someone. So, yeah, they're setting up a lot of stuff. I hope like that a lot of this will hopefully also pay off, obviously. Well, yeah, I think the episode manages to definitely give you more tension with the characters. Has some silly and stupid things, as Game of Thrones nowadays always does. But overall, I enjoyed the episode. Some very fun stuff happened with the characters. And yeah, now I'm gonna jump into spoilers for the episode. So if you have not seen it yet, turn this video off now. Okay, jumping into spoilers, I'm gonna start with some good things this week, because some very nice stuff happened and I got really excited. I just gotta talk about it straight away. Jaime and Brienne. Yes, I was just like, yes, that finally happened. I love it. I just loved it so much, and how they build it up with the drinking game, and it was a bit sensitive of Tyrion, of course he was, but I was like, is Tyrion playing matchmaker here? Yes, he is. And I did like the scene when they go into Brienne's bedchamber together, and you could feel the tension. You were just waiting for it to finally happen, and I don't know. I thought it was beautiful. I've been wanting those two characters to get together for such a long time, and now it has finally happened, and it's beautiful. I loved it. But coming straight from that to another thing that happens later on with them, with Jamie. What the fuck was that with Jamie towards the end? Like, he has a nice relationship, finally gets together with Brienne, all that, it's nice. And then he hears what happens to Dany's army. It got destroyed and the dragon died and whatever, and Cersei has the upper hand now, maybe. And he's just like, no, I have to go back to King's Landing. I've always been with Cersei, I've always been a hateful person, I always knew who she was, and then he rides off to King's Landing with Brienne just standing there crying and begging him not to leave. I'm like, what the fuck? Why would he do that? Honestly, why would he do that? I know that they may be setting up that he's killing her, like he's gonna kill Cersei. I don't know if they're setting this up. I hope they are, because otherwise this is just so stupid and goes against all the character development I thought Jamie has gone through, especially in the past couple of episodes. And now that he got together with Brienne and everything, and you think, yeah, he's finally found the right person. He finally knows who he actually is and who he's supposed to be with and all that, and it's all fine. Then like one little thing happens, he's like, no, I've always been a hateful person, always Cersei, I'm gonna go back now. I was like, no! Why? Why would he do that? So I hope they did not completely ruin this. I hope they're setting up that he wants to kill Cersei, or that he wants to do something to save Brienne and everyone else, because otherwise this is just that was just silly and so disappointing, I thought. And I was really angry because I did not understand why Jamie would do this. Admittedly, I did expect that something would happen if Jamie and Brienne got together. I expected, okay, they maybe get to spend the night together and then later one of them dies in the battle or something, but no, that's not really what they're going for here. And I don't know, I did not like it as it happened now in the episode, so I guess we've got to wait and see if they're setting up anything with this. Coming back to the positive things though, again, some nice character moments, especially during the feast. The character interactions were quite cute. I love that Sansa went to talk with the Hound, because they haven't talked to each other in a while, and I like the sentimentality there. And also later that the Hound went off on a trip and Arya joins him, and you're like, yes, Hound Arya road trip back together. So I hope we're gonna maybe see some antiques, some funny antiques from the old days with those two characters as well. Even though a lot of people, me partly included, are upset about how Tyrion is behaving, like that he's making some really dumb decisions or having some really dumb ideas and conversations, I did enjoy his scenes when he talked like to Sansa or Varys, when he was speaking about, okay, we have to trust Daenerys, I trust her, she's the right one, and you could slowly start seeing that maybe he's doubting her, or starting to doubt her, because I think there might be something going on there. And I do love those like political talks, those, and they're talking about intrigue and treason, like especially those conversations with Varys I thought were quite interesting. Setting up something with Varys probably as well, because you could see that he doesn't trust Daenerys as much anymore, so I'm curious as to see what's happening there. I don't think Tyrion is gonna stick with Daenerys all the way. I don't know. Also, when he was trying to talk to Cersei and like, oh, do it for your unborn child. Of course that didn't work. Like, again, Tyrion was a bit dumb this episode. He hasn't been the same as, like, for a while now, but I think we all know that. But I did kind of like the political talks, and especially with Sansa, I thought it was interesting, also because with Sansa they're setting up a lot of things again. Of course, like, she's going against Daenerys and she doesn't accept her as a queen, so I'm curious as to see what they're doing with Daenerys and especially Sansa, if they're going for Sansa isn't gonna become queen in the north, because they're definitely playing it as that she wants to be the queen in the north, but maybe they're also playing it as that Sansa could be the queen of the Seven Kingdoms. We don't know. But for now, I'm kind of thinking that they're going for, okay, Sansa is gonna rule in the north, and I do hope they stick with that because I do like Sansa very much, and I want to see her succeed. Speaking of Sansa and her problem with Daenerys, they're setting up Daenerys to be the Mad Queen, aren't they? I can see why. I can see this working. I kind of like it, even though it's maybe coming a bit out of nowhere. I mean, I did kind of expect that she might go a bit mad or crazy after Jorah is now dead, and he was kind of the last person she really trusted and the last person to really like ground her, and now he's gone. And she's seeing a lot of hardships in this episode. We're going to talk about those in a second as well. And they're really building her up now that she does not like a lot of the things that are happening around her and that she goes mad. And I do hope they go full force with it because I want to see the mad Targaryen queen. I can understand why some people are saying that this is coming a bit out of nowhere and that it needed more build-up maybe. I do agree with that they maybe could have played a bit more with her being a mad queen or possibly being a mad queen in past episodes. While they do kind of mention it here and there, now since now they're going full force with it apparently, maybe a bit more build-up or a bit more setup would have been nice, but I honestly like that they're going with this now, because I can see why. With all those people now gone and she having taken so much and her having been so determined to get this throne, and now she sees, okay, people really do love Jon and they want him to be the king, and no one really likes me anymore, but this is what I fought for, and I've lost all those people I care about, and she doesn't really have anything left anymore that would keep her from like just burning down everything, except like Tyrion's and Sarah's really silly decisions, which she only agrees to unwillingly, I get a feeling, and you could really see at the end of the episode after Missandei died, she is gonna be freaking mad. Like, I think they're really going for her wanting to burn down, or maybe they even do that, but they burn down King's Landing. Like, it's definitely gonna be hard in the next episode to keep Dany down, to calm her, and I think she's not going to have it. I think she might even go against Jon because, you know, he broke the promise to not tell anyone. She sees how much the people want him to be king, and I don't know, I find it very interesting where they're going with her now. I get it, it's different, it's a bit out of nowhere. But I do kind of like the idea of her becoming a mad queen, even though I think that sets up that she's not gonna end up on the throne, because I think that might play into the idea of, okay, someone's gonna kill Daenerys because she's now the mad queen and she's crazy now and only does stupid stuff. So maybe they're setting up that she's gonna get betrayed by someone, maybe Jon, Arya, Sansa, whoever. But I think if they're really going full route with Mad Targaryen Queen, that she's not going to end up on the Iron Throne. Speaking of Daenerys, we also have dragons, and one of the dragons just died out of nowhere. Like, what the fuck? That scene was so stupid. Like, she's high up in the sky and she doesn't see the ships somewhere like a couple of kilometers off in the distance. She doesn't see them until some arrows hit. No. I thought that was just stupid. They killed the dragon out of freaking nowhere for apparently no reason. How? Why? What? It just felt so stupid. Also, those ballistas on those ships, we have seen them before in the past season. Didn't, like, Bronn fire one of them at a dragon, right? And it stuck into a dragon, but it didn't like fly through him like it did in this episode. Like the dragon, I forget his name, Regal, got hit with 3 arrows and they like slide through his face and his body, and he just collapses in the sea and is dead. And in the previous episode, like, Drogon gets hit with 1 spear and yeah, it hurts him, but Daenerys can pull it out and then he's relatively fine. But this now, whoa! Did they just want to kill one more dragon so there would be more tension in the next couple of episodes because there's only 1 dragon left? Because if so, that's a stupid way to go about it. And I know this is Game of Thrones in future seasons. It's getting silly now anyway. They're going against own rules they set up. Like it's just silly, and they just wanted to kill off another dragon for more tension, or they got to do something with having killed another dragon. I don't know, but it was just stupid. Also, as a short mention, because we're talking about animals, yeah, Ghost, he apparently survived, and now Jon just sends him off to be in the north. He doesn't even hug Ghost or give him a final pet or something. Nothing. He's just like, yeah, take Ghost with you. It's gonna be better for him up north. And then he just looks at him in a pitiful, sad way and is like, guess I have to leave my direwolf now that has apparently been so important to me in the past 7 seasons. But no, I guess not. I felt, I was just, no, like, Ghost deserves better. Let's stick with Jon for a second, because Jon Snow continues to be the most stupid person in this show and continues to show me why I do not like him as a character and or a person. Like, Rex has promised to Daenerys right away, and of course they're all like, we can't tell anyone that I'm a secret Targaryen. Goes on and tells his sisters. Of course Sansa is not going to keep it for herself. Like, what do they say in the episode? About 8 people know it now? Wow, kept that secret really well. In general, I just thought Jon, I don't know. I know I don't like him, but I'm trying to see the good sides, and it was sweet when he like said goodbye to Sam and everything. That was really sweet, and I like their friendship. But I don't know, I just don't get Jon Snow, and he's always making so many stupid decisions or says so many ridiculous things where I'm like, why are you even still here and considered to be a good person for the throne? I just don't see it. One last thing that also bothered me, Bronn just walked into the chambers of Winterfell and can threaten 2 Lannisters. Just like that. No one saw him. Like, where the heckins did he come from? I know that he, like, Cersei said do this, but like we haven't seen him in over 2 episodes, and now he just walks into Winterfell. And it's like, yep, gonna threaten 2 Lannisters. How did that work? How did no one see him? Like, oh god. I know they need to set stuff up and they need to pay it off, but it has to make sense, people. It has to make sense. It's like with stuff just coming out of nowhere. Sure, it's a surprise, but then I'm also wondering how the fuck did this work? And I mean, yeah, it was obvious that he was not gonna kill one of the Lannisters right away, and that Tyrion would come up with something smart. And now I promised him Highgarden. I'm curious as to see if this is gonna work out, because I can see it not working out, and then I'm wondering if Bronn is actually gonna kill one of the Lannister boys. And men, well, them are boys. But yeah, like, it was nice seeing Bronn again because I like him, especially in his friendship with the 2 Lannisters. But that just felt so silly and out of nowhere. Like the writers were thinking, oh shit, we still have that thing with Bronn set up. There's a scene. He's just there now. No one saw him. Okay, yeah. To wrap this up, I still like the episode because I do like when the characters are having some nice moments and some fun conversations. They're setting a lot of things up. There's a lot of political tension, which I like, because you can see that certain characters are not trusting each other anymore, and I'm curious as to see who's going to betray who and who's going to sit on the Iron Throne. I expect there's going to be some battle already next week, I honestly don't know who's gonna end up on the throne. I know I said that I thought Daenerys might be on the throne, but since they're going with the Mad Queen idea now, I think that's not gonna happen. Still think Cersei's gonna get killed, hopefully by Jaime, maybe by Arya, but I don't want it to be Arya. There was a nice line in this week's episode where Varys said, maybe the right king is someone who does not want to rule. I thought that was quite interesting because that maybe sends off the idea, okay, we're gonna have someone on the Iron Throne at the end who does not intend to be king or queen. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the 4th episode of Game of Thrones. What are your thoughts? Do tell me in the comments below. Maybe give a spoiler warning if you're talking about big things. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't done that already. I hope you guys enjoyed this little review, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.